Good morning and thanks for choosing Fox 10 News on this Saturday morning. Today is June 13th. I'm Asha Staples. Time now to check in first with meteorologist Jennifer Lambers for a look at our weekend forecast. Good morning.
Good morning, Asha. Yes, and luckily your weekend forecast is looking beautiful this week, and especially if you're going to be heading out the door early this morning, it is looking really good. So let's go ahead and take a look at what our radar is doing so far for today. So we're seeing clearing. We're not seeing many clouds either, and luckily this is going to continue for the rest of the day. We do have the chances for some spotty showers, but mainly going to be later in the day, and most areas won't even be seeing any of that. Checking out our temperatures right now, 69 degrees in Mobile, 70 degrees in Gulf Shores, still lots of sunshine present, those dew points low, so that's a really nice feeling outside right now, and it's also keeping our temperatures right on the dot, not raising that heat index any further. Now as we check out the 24-hour planner, we are going to get another hot day ahead of us. We're going to see daytime highs upper 80s, lower 90s for a lot of spots, so still going to be breaking that 90-degree mark, so it'll be a hot day. So just make sure that you are limiting your time outside, just because it will be pretty hot out there. But as we check out your headlines, we are continuing to stay less humid. We have a really nice weekend ahead of us, which is a great thing to see after last weekend was a complete washout. But what are our rain chances looking like? I'll have all of that laid out in my Futurecast, plus your 7-day planner coming up next.
And we're following breaking news this morning. Law enforcement from multiple agencies searching for a man they say gunned down a Mississippi deputy. Take a good look at your screen. They say they're looking for Joaquin Blackwell. He was last seen wearing white boxers and no shirt. He's accused of somehow getting a hold of a gun and shooting 77-year-old James Blair while in transport after a mental evaluation. If you see him, call authorities right away. It was a cold case murder from years ago, but now, after 2 decades, investigators tell us they got the man they're looking for. This picture of Marcel Chandler has hung on the wall of the family's home for years, a constant reminder of the December 13th, 1999 shooting on CRESTHAVEN Road. Janice Chandler, Marcel's mom, crediting this arrest to a caring police department that stood by the family since the murder happened.
Happy about the closure that we're getting, but all of these years, all I remember was their tears, that good support. Officers cry, they care.
Now, 20 years later, the suspect accused of murdering Marcel is 42-year-old Thomas. He's charged with intentional murder and had bond set at $250,000.
We all do want to reopen the country for a number of important reasons. But we've got to do that in a way that's careful and prudent.
Many states now seeing an upward trend of COVID-19 cases. Dr. Anthony Fauci says they might want to consider their reopening strategies, especially if hospitalizations are increasing. The nation's top infectious disease expert is warning states not to skip over guidelines outlined by the federal government. And there's a new worry about the coronavirus that has researchers concerned: mutation. Analysts at the Scripps Research Institute in Florida say a mutation they've discovered affects the spike protein, the outer coating of the virus that it uses to get into cells. The change could make it easier for the virus to infect human cells. More research is needed, but some experts worry this could alter how the pandemic plays out. But last week, the World Health Organization said mutations had not made the virus more transmissible. The WHO followed by saying mutations discovered thus far would not affect the effectiveness of vaccines now in development. Hundreds of new coronavirus cases across Alabama prompt state health leaders to reinforce safer at-home recommendations, with more than 800 cases reported both Thursday and Friday, according to a doctor with the state health department. Dr. Karen Landers with the state health department says these are the highest numbers seen so far in Alabama since they started tracking them back in March. Aside from community transmission, Dr. Landers says outbreaks in workplace settings, long-term care facilities, and large gatherings during Memorial Day weekend, plus a backlog in laboratory data last week make up the high numbers. But she does not attribute the jump solely to the backlog.
These numbers are high, and if we do not keep these numbers in a manageable range, we will overwhelm our healthcare system.
And state health leaders say now more than ever it is important to continue social distancing, wearing face masks in public, and practicing good hygiene. And now we're going to take a live look at the COVID-19 map for the state of Alabama. So statewide, there are more than 23,000 confirmed COVID-19 cases and over 760 deaths. And locally, Baldwin County brings in over 350 cases, Clark at 175, Escambia nearly at 100. Monroe County is now surpassing 100 cases. Mobile County still leading the state with over 2,600 cases, and Washington County at 86 cases. And we're